Make it a bit more fun just to grab it with the excavator. Morning, folks. We are back to working on door seals.
Yeah, on the hydro door today, we're going to be sealing the bottom because if you want to bend down and get real close, you see the daylight down on the bottom of your doors. For folks who are interested, you can also seal the sides and the top on a hydro door with our product. Today, we're using the bottom, our double XL. And what we did last night is we let it lay out, stretched it out, get the wrinkles out. So this will go like this on the door here. This is the flap that we'll use to secure it to. And this will actually go on the back side. Because your door's 3 inches, this will go a little bit more underneath than, because you can use this for gaps of 2 inches because you rest some on the back of the door and then the rest goes kind of on the floor. But because you have a 3-inch gap, we'll probably put more of it underneath than what we normally do and so forth. But that's why we have large for 1.5 inches, XL for 2 inches, and then double XL for 3 inches. We have a lot of flexibility for customers that way. But no, this will do, as you can see, this is a whole better than I'll lift this up here. We'll show what you have right now.
Yeah, it's one thing I've never been impressed with on this door is the seals. When we first got them, I was kind of surprised. So the seal that's on this is really just like a conveyor belt, kind of similar.
It really is a conveyor. That's what it looks like, but we're going to have a little bit more insulation when it's all said and done. But this is all that you have, and whoever lays the concrete floor has to be perfect for this to seal because there's no give. But you're more of a, like you said, conveyor belt type of system here, but no insulation. This is literally wearing a swimming suit. It just covers things up, and you're still seeing the daylight, so it doesn't cover it as well as they want it to. So
very risque swimsuit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're taking risks there. Wow, I see propane, right?
Yep.
They love these type of seals because you burn up a lot of propane. So, but yeah, you can just see the difference of when we're said and done. It'll be a whole lot better.
Yep. So while these guys are tackling this door, we're going to be showing corn. So we did get a pretty good frost this morning. It'll probably take an hour or so to burn that off. But we got a little bit of work to do. Our corn head this morning, see if we can get that to running a little better than we had it going yesterday. That's the new seal they put on the bottom, and then that's the one they put on the side. Okay. Snert happens. So, first thing BJ and I are going to do is test out this Harbor Freight jump pack. See if we can get our semi started that was left in the field.
Where the connection was, but yeah, it was
a little woggy.
I think Buckeye fans really got a great kick.
You gotta take that out first.
Yes.
Tell me that works.
Black to red, red to black.
Yeah.
Just like a snake attack or something. 24 volts.
No.
I know. Try it.
I reckon. Don't need to set a minute.
Junk. Well, I guess we're going to try the old jumper cable trick because box ain't working. It did turn over. It's just taking its good old sweet time. Apparently this thing was super dead. Never had issues with this truck. This thing's only been here, it was here 2 days and it was completely dead. Never had issues with this one. The other blue Peterbilt we have, it fired right up. Figures.
Okay, that's good.
So this morning we have Jeff helping us. Jeff is my wife's uncle. Jim is my father-in-law. Jim's on vacation. But we've got Jeff in here. They kind of look alike, so don't worry if you get them confused. Anyways, we are going to take this Freightliner, dump truck. I forgot there's still some beans on it from a test plot. We're going to take them and dump them. So the day is about to be very interesting. This old car has been sitting here for about a year. Dad had sold it, and the guy was going to come get it today. It's been sitting right here for probably 6 months, and I'll be darned if mice didn't eat every wire off this car. So Dad thinks he's going to get it into the shop this way. I think he's about to total it if it's not already totaled. It's an old Ford, first off, so it wasn't worth much to begin with. I think it was only valued at like $2,000 or $3,000. So I bet that wiring harness was just about enough to total it.
I don't know if those are long enough to go under there. I already got on the board.
She rolls. Well, you think we run a forklift fork through the engine pan?
I'll do the best thing for it.
Well, so far he hasn't punched a hole in it. We are losing boards though, that's comforting. As soon as I turned it off, he broke another board. Well, I don't see a black stain on the concrete yet. I think it'd been more fun just to grab it with the excavator. Made it.
I mean, we can mic these up, color code them, but the problem is we're gonna have to have new terminals.
Where that wire goes.
Listen, here's going to the PD box.
So it's a short wire. We can get a new wire, maybe.
There we go. So one of them's a jumper. That won't be a problem.
Jeff, you want a razor blade?
So we can fix this one.
I don't see any daylight under it. No, actually, let's do that. We need to once we do that. So, but no, over here before we had several air gaps, and we have sealed everything very nicely. And it's a step-by-step process, so you keep it nice and tight and so forth to keep that west wind, because you get cold wind from the Minnesota.
Yep.
We blow it over here, okay? That's what we do. It comes from the west. That's because you can tell Chet and Zach, they're the ones with all the cold air.
Yep,
They
it comes
blow
down
it over
here.
here. So,
Hits those windmills in Iowa and just spirals right on down.
well, there's a lot of windmills in Illinois too. So, but no, that's how we sealed that. And then what we did on the corners, we did this a little different. We'll show you. See what we did on the corner here?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we went underneath it. We used the XL to seal that there, so when it closes, because the challenge, of course, is if you ran this all the way here, then this would pinch it, and then you want to have a good seal. So we
So
cut
when
that
this
off.
flap lifts, it squishes.
Okay, yep.
So
And
it's the way corner.
No, this turned out very good. Even
Yeah.
for someone in Ohio.
Definitely looks like it seals better than it did before.
Well, and then you have the thermal strip too. You had no insulation.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, like I said, I was always disappointed when we seen those doors. I assumed there would be something insulating that, but that has not been the case.
you would think so, but none of the hydro door manufacturers, they just put a bikini over the sides and the top and the bottoms.
Yeah.
They just cover the air, but they don't seal it up like your coat. They don't put you a nice beefy coat. Now we have a 3-inch thermal tube on the corners here. We got a 2-inch tube, and then if you ever want to seal the sides up, we would use a little thinner, but we could seal up the sides up there too.
To the field we go. Finally ready to start running some corn.
Howdy, gang. Just getting started for the day. Off to the field we go. Right about where we left off last night. I'm gonna get out and see how good of a job this beast was doing yesterday. Good Lord. Almost looks like a fire. I do believe he may have plugged the header up right here and stopped. But I'm walking through the combine track and do not see any corn on the ground, which is awesome. Oh, one little piece of corn. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I do see a couple pieces scattered about here and there, but man, that's very minimal. So I think Dad's got it dialed in pretty good, or at least he did yesterday. Conditions vary from day to day based on a variety of things. Moisture, how wet the stalks are, how wet the fodder is. But it looks like right now Dad's got it tuned in pretty good for what he was dealing with yesterday. Hopefully stays like that today.
sounds violent.
A lot of shucking and jiving or something like that.
Not a lot of corn hitting the window either.
No, I got out and walked a little bit ago. It's very clean.
Oh, you're good. Just getting started in this next field. We got a 100-acre field here. Wish it had got started a little sooner. I'll be shocked if we get it finished tonight. It's 4 o'clock and he's probably taken off 6 or 7 acres. So I would say that we will get frosty before we get finished. Really anxious to see the results on this field. There's 3 or 4 different varieties of seed. Whenever I was planting this and the field beside me, I did that in. Basically, we were pretty selective in where we placed varieties this year. This field and the field beside it could both take like 4 or 5 different hybrids we had. So I just used them. Between the two of them, that ended up being like 250 acres. I would put a box in, or put bags in there, bags. I'd put a bag in, or put bags in on one variety, plant in each side, like 10 acres, so that there's 10, 12 acres of each variety in each field. So I don't know, see how it goes. Wasn't the greatest year for testing stuff, but I don't know, I still enjoy doing that. Because you can look at all these test plots from all over the state, but that really doesn't tell you how it's going to perform for you on your farm with your practices in the real world. So that's why we like to do that kind of stuff. This one was all planted on the same day too, so plant date's the same. Both fields are within, I mean, the other fields are on the other side of those trees, so roughly the same weather, possibly on slightly different soil. So driving through here, through a lot of stalks on the road, or a lot of cob on the road, but one thing I don't see is any corn on the road. So combine's doing a good job. That's phenomenal. I think this is good corn, so that's good. So one thing we did yesterday is the separator grates we changed to all round bar. Dad said that made a huge difference, and he's very shocked that just that simple change made that much of a difference, but I guess it did. Field is opened, cutting through the middle. It's a good sign. We're about to shake and bake now. Opening up fields is never quick. There's just a lot of backing up, turning, that kind of stuff. So usually that's whenever the trucks catch up when you start a field. But once we get going in the big rows, they just start turning out bushels at an alarming rate usually. Not so much this year. Side effects of little rain. So we're going to try to get 2 more truckloads. See, it's starting to feel frosty, but we'll see what we can get done. Would really like to be done with this field tonight. I don't know, we'll see. Or not to, would really like to get this field done before we go back to beans. I don't think we're going to get done tonight. We still have 50 acres, I think, so definitely not going to fit it in 2 trucks. So I guess we're stopping for the night. I'm just meeting BJ over here at the sheds. I already had the truck on the way over, so he's gonna dump on this. We'll take it back to the barn, and I guess that's gonna be it.